Okay, Saturday morning. It's the Universal Show, and you know how we do it every morning. We have a celebrity, artist, producer, writer, whoever it is, passing through in the morning. And this morning, our guest comes to us. She's done quite a bit in the last few years, I think.
Yeah.
She's been quite busy. Yeah, seen the name popping up a few times. A bit of exposure on TV, all that stuff. Can you introduce yourself this morning, please?
Hi, I'm Karen Harden. Nice to be here and to see you.
Nice to have you.
Yeah, it's good
Fresh
to be
and
here.
early this morning.
Yeah, I'm not really that good of a morning person, to be honest.
Are you not?
Yeah, this is yeah.
But you're looking vibrant.
I'll be all right. Yeah, well, I try.
Because I couldn't make myself look as as good as you guys did.
Just a bit of concealer.
I just look like I just come out of bed.
Just a bit of concealer.
It's all good. It's all good. So what we do on the Universal Show, we get into all your music and everything like that. But what we like to do is we like to get a bit of background knowledge of the artist themselves, hearing it from the horse's mouth, as they say.
Right.
So what I'd like to get from you is where you started from.
Right.
Where you're from.
Okay.
All that stuff. Because we've been talking in the background. My geography is terrible, so I probably don't know where you're from. But yeah, where you come from, what you do, everything like that. Let's let listeners know.
Okay. Well, I'm originally from Newcastle. I moved to London in the middle of 2015, and yeah, I mean, I've been singing since the age of about 7. My mum was always like pushing us to do like local talent competitions, like Filipino parties and stuff, and I think I've always just been performing and singing since then. And while I was studying, I'd rush home just to get like on the karaoke and sing like Celine Dion for like 3 hours or something like that. And from then on, I was doing like local competitions and doing like every opportunity that I could to be seen really by the public. And in 2000 and I can't remember, I did a Eurovision, and then I did the X Factor, and those were like opportunities that I thought were right for me at the time, but it turns out they weren't, and I learned a lot of experience from it. And now and then I was working with Monique after that. We worked on a couple of songs, and we worked on Say Something, and yeah, it seems that the magic just happened.
The magic just happened.
It just happened.
So that's interesting, because obviously I don't think we've had an artist come through that's experienced the Eurovision. Was it the stages before the actual?
Yeah, it was like the final 6 of the UK ones. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So when you got involved in, say, that competition, how many years ago was that? Do you know?
I think I was 16 at the time.
16.
So yeah, it was 8 years ago now.
Wow. 16. So you're
24.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the same as me. But anyway, right. So I mean, that's interesting, because was there a lot of support behind from your family and everything, pushing you to do this type of competition or anything, or was it solely mainly yourself that was like, I'm ready for this, I can push forward? Because 16 is obviously a young age and everything.
Yeah.
You haven't fully got to know yourself and all that stuff in that sense. You're still growing in all that sense. So how did it come about that you was like put into that road there?
I think I honestly think that I just I don't know. I guess I was a really confident 16-year-old, I guess, but I didn't think I was at the time, and I just really wanted to sing, and any opportunity so that I could sing a song in front of more people, then I'd just take it. And the Eurovision thing came up, the X Factor came up, and I just did it because I thought that I was going to gain something from it, and it and then it didn't, but at the same time, I grew in confidence, and my parents and my family were always really supportive, and they always have been. They freaked out a little bit when I said I wasn't going to go to university, because like my mom's, like Asian, and she was just a bit like, Karen, you've got to study
degrees.
Yeah, a degree. Yeah, you have nothing else in this world. But anyways, she is totally fine with it now, and yeah. They're all really supportive and really proud of us, which is a great feeling. That's
amazing.
Yeah.
So then leading on from that, you moved into X Factor as well.
Yeah.
Now we've had a few artists come through, like Alexandra Burke. the group of the guys that didn't win, but they became very popular. The UK guys, I can't remember their name. But anyway, we've had a few names come through from X Factor itself, and it's quite an interesting subject, X Factor, because it can have quite a negative approach to your career, or it can have a positive approach. And I find that there's a bit of a curse if you're the winner and stuff like that, in that sense, when it comes to it all.
It seems so. I mean, I enjoyed the experience of it, and I had a good time while I was there. But you know, these things, everything happens for a reason, and that's
Exactly.
why you know, I was working on other stuff alongside it, and that worked better. That worked out better.
Did you would you change anything in that sense? Would you have avoided the whole X Factor thing if you could?
I don't think so. I think, like I said, everything happens for a reason, and I mean, maybe if I hadn't made that decision, then you know, something else wouldn't have locked into place. You just never know. I think there's so many artists that have to go through like the whole thing of like, you know, putting yourself in these competitions, because it does give you confidence. It helps you a lot, and then you get to see other artists as well. And yeah, I'm just happy that I came out of it and that I could like release a song and not be too, you know, like linked to it too much, because it didn't really have anything to do with that, you know. So yeah, it's
a brilliant. I think for a journey, you know, you got to go through your ups and downs, and if that was a part of a career that for you where you know you found yourself a bit more, in that sense, because you know you're performing on national TV, so it's a big deal. It must be nerve-wracking, quite an emotional experience. I can think, you know, would you do it again?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I don't understand how people could get into certain stages and then go, I failed this year, right, I want to go through it all over again, and then end up in the same place. I think it's too traumatic in that sense. I
think, you know, everything like that you put yourself into, you put like every 100 million% into it of yourself, and then like when you get let down, you know, it's like a little bit of that goes away every time, but you just gotta keep going. Like,
yeah. So let's hear about your inspirations, maybe your influences.
Yeah.
So what kind of sound did you grow up listening to and everything? Did you say your mum was
she's Filipino. Yeah.
Okay, so what was did you get any influences from her or anything?
she absolutely loves like American music, so she loved like Stevie Wonder, Whitney Houston and everything like that. So I was listening to a lot of that, and then I remember we used to buy, like, I used to get a CD bought like every so often and would play it on the little speakers in the kitchen, and the albums that were just constantly on rotation were Craig David, Anastasia, funnily enough, Madison Avenue and Artful Dodger, and those were just on constant like repeat. And I think all of that music together, it just is really like what really inspires me to write, like you know, that like the music now that I'm writing.
Because getting an idea of what that sound could be is very like either R&B, very soulful and powerful, because Anastasia's got a powerful voice.
Yeah.
You know, and then the garage influence as well. Because Artful Dodger was quite soulful as well. I grew up listening to Artful Dodger. Big up mum. She got me into all of that music and the R&B and everything from early. But so are we hearing that kind of sound in your music these days, or are you going, what kind of approach you take into the genre or anything? Are you just or are you just making music?
I think, to be honest, like it's a lot of everything. Like you make music because you love it, and like it's just whatever comes naturally to you. Like as soon as you walk in the room, you know, you might just have an idea straight away. But I mean, I also like, I really love like big vocals, like diva vocals, like, you know, like Whitney, and then I guess like Rosie Gaines and stuff like that. I really love all of that, so I really want to like portray a strong female vocal in my music, and with like, you know, a boppy sort of edge to it.
Yeah. Bit of an urban sound.
Yeah, a little bit.
To get the kids involved.
Get the kids involved. Get the kids bopping along.
What do I sound like this morning? Oh my goodness. I'm only 23. But anyway, okay, interesting. So these days, obviously, you mentioned Nike, who's a brilliant producer. Another guy from Southeast.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we've had Nike on the show a couple of times, and he's, you know, he's a very talented guy. How did he approach? Did he approach you when it came to your first release, your single? Or?
Yeah, he actually, it was I think it was before I went in the X Factor or something. I'd been uploading videos on YouTube, and he like saw the Mariah Carey one that I did and the Disclosure one I did, and I think he was ill in bed one day, just decided to Facebook messages and just said, "Do you want to come down?" And I said, "All right, okay, this is a little bit strange. Like, I don't know who you are."
Who are you?
But yeah, exactly. And I looked him up. I was like, all right, okay then. I went down and we did a couple of songs, and then like I went to come down again, and he had like a limited amount of time, and we wrote Say Something in that time, and he's just been a good friend ever since, and we've been writing music together ever since.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So do you write as well?
Yeah.
You write as well? How are you finding the whole writing side to, you being an artist?
I really enjoy it because I feel like I can put more of an input into my music. I also like working with other writers as well because I think you get different ideas, stuff that you wouldn't normally come out with. And yeah, it's good to be inspired by other people because, you can't always think of an idea like every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
you need somebody else. Sometimes I need somebody else just to rely on a bit.
It's just a little bit more of a, an input.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It helps. Different opinions always help.
Yeah, exactly.
When you try and run the show yourself, some people are really good at it, some aren't, like in that sense. But I'm not saying you're not good at it.
Yeah, no.
I'm just saying that it's good to help and everything. Get that help. So leading on from obviously working with Mnike, so Say Something, that was your first release.
Yeah.
Into the UK. How did that do?
It went to number 7.
Number 7.
Yeah.
In the UK charts.
Yeah.
Wow. How'd you feel about that?
I don't know. Still talking about it just feels really weird.
It was not even what is hand in hand.
Yeah, yeah. That's basically how it makes me feel talking about that. Yeah, it went it went gold as well, which is amazing.
Went gold as well.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So hopefully I can follow it up. Yeah,
that's some big shoes to just step back into because obviously having a second release, what we're going to talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
It's a big thing, but if you wasn't, if you put out a track just kind of because you loved it and you made it and then it just gets somewhere, it's kind of overwhelming, I guess.
Well, like 100%. That song totally came from like just love of music. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That just shows that you're talented then, in that sense.
Well,
because some people be grafting for such a long time trying to get that chart hit.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear that. Hopefully, are you saying that you it sounds like you didn't do it for the charts? You just did it because you love music.
Yeah, we had 2 hours and we wrote it. And
but this is what I'm saying. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was literally just like, boom, 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 quick! I gotta catch the train home, and that's kind of what happened.
Really, that's how it happened.
Yeah. It was it was good. It was obviously, yeah.
How did you find doing the visuals to the video and everything?
For Open My Eyes.
Say Something.
Oh, for Say Something. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I love music videos. I love being there in the day. I love getting my makeup and my hair done.
Yeah.
Like a proper girl I am. And yeah, just the vibe. Like if you got a good team with you, like it's just really it's so much fun. Like it's never work. Like you always have such a good time and yeah, I really enjoy it.
So moving forward now, so we got our second release.
Yes.
Which is out now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the title called of the track?
It's called Open My Eyes.
What's that about?
It's about I think it's open for interpretation. Like with a lot of my music, I don't like being too specific on like what it's about, but I feel like it's just about kind of losing yourself a little bit, and you need somebody to be there just to help you, like give you that extra push, whether it's encouragement, whether it's to like pull you up from like a little black hole you're in or whatever. Like I think it's just like kind of uplifting, like that extra help just to get just for whatever you're doing in life. Yeah.
Now I'm going to be really honest, Buzz listeners. So we've got Karen Hardin in the building. I haven't heard the song yet. So I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Yes.
Because Maurice, wherever you are, he hasn't sent me the song yet. I've only got the remix.
He's
gonna send it to me.
Yeah, he's gonna send it to you.
So I'm looking forward to it myself. So is it another house track?
Yeah, it's like a kind of a little bit more garage because MJ Cole produced it, so it's a little bit has like edges of what he's into, and like there's a little bit of like Sincere in there as well, which I love.
Be Sincere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And yeah, it's kind of like it's just really uplifting and like open and spacious. Like I think I think it's just one of those songs that people are just going to really like want to play when they're in the car, like, or when the sun's out. I think it's just going to be a happy sort of tune. Yeah.
Exactly. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Looking forward to hearing it and everything.
Yeah.
What about shows? Have you got any shows coming up?
I've got a London. I'm doing GAY on the 26th of March, I think, and I've got like a couple of festivals already lined up over the summer as well. So
Brilliant.
yeah, I'm just excited to get gigging.
Have you done any festivals yet?
Last year I did Park Life, Wildlife, Lovebox. Wow, what else was that on?
Oh,
Don't want to leave any out. There was a lot of them, and you know what? They were all amazing because I got main stage on all of them, and it just blew my head off.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What kind of experience is that like?
It's like well, it's not like anything, to be honest. Like just people screaming the song back to you. It's just an insane feeling.
It must be so surreal.
Yeah, I just love watching them. You know, I could just stand on the stage and not even move and just watch them sing it to us because it's like the best feeling like ever. That's all I've ever wanted. Brilliant.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get into the tune in a second. So are there any artists that you wish to, you know, you're looking to obviously do collaborations and stuff like that with, because obviously you've got quite a house sound at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you want to experiment and go into maybe different angles and everything, maybe doing a hook on a rap song or something like that? Or,
yeah,
you know, is there anything that you've been trying to experiment with recently?
You know, I do actually like singing on rap songs, or I'd love to have like a rap on one of my songs. There's quite a few that we've written that are open to having a rap on. I don't know who I'd like to get on it.
Really?
Because you know, everyone has their own like rhythm, everyone has their own sound, like, you know, and I'm into a lot of that old school as well, so I really like Q-Tip and like Buster as well. I just like the rhythm, you know. It's like it's really good, but you know, there's some amazing like upcoming ones as well, and I also love to work with different singers, other female artists, or you know, like, well, like even like Jessica Lane or Adele. But I mean, Adele and Jessica Lane, you know, hats off to them, they're doing amazing.
Yeah.
But I'd also love to work with like The Weeknd. I really love his music, and I'd love to see what I'd do with Ed Sheeran. I think he'd be like a ball.
What would you do with Ed Sheeran?
Yeah, I think we'll just get drunk and then just write like an absolute like banger.
What Karen would do with Ed.
Yeah.
So you like hip hop? You're into hip hop, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Because that's the genres that I personally love. Hip hop and R&B. They're my personal genres. That's what I feature a lot of on the show. Yeah. Anyway.
All that.
So you've mentioned Q-Tip, Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
Was there? Have you experimented with rapping at all?
I tried and failed very miserably. Yeah, that's not my thing. I can rhythm sing, but like when it comes to rapping, that is a totally different kettle of fish. Yeah. It's
quite I mean, I love the style when it comes to New York, West Coast rapping. Southern is kind of I've had my say when it comes to Southern rap.
Right.
I like the old school stuff like Ludacris.
Right, okay,
but I'm not
then.
Future. Nah. Not really feeling Future.
I'm really into J. Cole. I really like J. Cole.
Okay, now we're talking.
I prefer a lot of his stuff to like Drake, but I still love Drake. But like his stuff, like, I mean, I don't even know. I just discovered it the other month or so, and I was just like, whoa! I need to download all of this stuff because it's so good.
Yeah, J. Cole is up there.
I didn't even realize he was that good. But
really?
Yeah, I mean, I heard him on the Janet Jackson song No Sleep. And I thought it was really good, but then like I heard his own stuff, and yeah, it's amazing.
So that looks like you got, you know, a good idea to go with.
Yeah, maybe I need to ask him.
I think we need something like that in the UK, from the UK.
Yeah.
Something of a hip hop sound, whether it's your track, someone else's track, whatever it is, but the right artist needs to be on it. Because I'm not too much feeling this grime scene.
Okay.
In that sense, that's me being honest about my opinion.
Right, okay.
Reason be, I think that the tempo's all too samey, and the flow and everything is all too the same.
Oh, okay.
What's your take on grime?
Oh, I quite like it. It's something like a little bit different to what I would like usually listen to, and then when I get my head into it, I really enjoy it.
It sounds mad in a rave.
And the gigs are really good as well. Like if you go and see live, like it's a bit intense, but like I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Really good.
Amazing. So there you go. Have you I mean I don't know. I've not heard that you liked hip hop, so I'm quite
Yeah, well, you know,
I'm
find
quite
something new
chuffed about
every
that.
day.
It's nice that girls love hip hop. I've
Yeah.
been saying this for a very, very long time because
Of
course, girls
Yeah.
love the harder the better.
Well, like almost. Come on.
Oh man, so it's been an absolute pleasure having you here on the Universal Show.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
It's an absolute pleasure. So we're going to get into your single. It's out now.
Yes, it's out now.
Can you plug it for me, and also can you give your social media accounts so that the listeners can follow you and everything like that?
Yep. You can find me on @KarenHarding on Twitter, on Instagram, and Facebook. And this is my new song, "Open My Eyes."